time and time again, I see myself and others get in the way of their manifestation. So in this video, I'm going to talk all about removing those blockages so that way you can start to relax into your manifestation. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Michaela, and I help people on their spiritual awakening journey. I don't know about you guys, but when I try to manifest something, I'm totally a type A personality where I'll wake up early in the morning, I start to embody this new version of myself, I visualize myself, and I do the actions that it takes to manifest. And a lot of times I create this wonderful life for myself. But sometimes I also make myself like a little neurotic. I get very anxious. I start to get a little bit controlling. I get taken completely out of the present moment. And I had a breakthrough recently that I wanted to share with you guys, just in case some of you struggle with this too. There is this balance of like taking action and then getting in alignment and really releasing and letting go. And obviously, if you've been through this before, it's like that key factor of learning to let go. I know for myself personally, when I am trying to manifest something, it is very difficult for me to let go of this idea of how I want the end result. It's really easy for me to get more into the action of things, but it's a little bit more difficult to like, okay, all right, universe, this is for you. I'm not going to worry about it, and like really stay in that present moment. And I think it's like that 3-week part or 3-week like max for me, where I start to get like super anxious because I'm trying to control my life so that I can stay at this higher vibration. What I have just recently learned is that I have been thinking all this time that the happiness, the joy, the peace, the love, all those positive high vibrational states are something to be obtained. So I listen to, my positive affirmations when I'm trying to manifest something because like I'm trying to be something that I thought I wasn't. But what I've just recently like really started to understand is the idea that those emotions are who we are naturally. It's not about who we're trying to become. It's we are happy, joyous, free, loving, kind in our natural state. What gets anxious, what gets controlling, what gets all those negative emotions is our ego holding on and identifying with these lower vibrational issues. If you look at a baby, you start to see that that baby, for the most part, can be pretty happy and joyous until its basic needs need to be met. Then it'll kind of kick and scream and let you know, like, hey, I need help. And then it releases that emotion, and then it comes back to that homeostasis of being very happy and joyous. It's not until that baby starts to go through real life and start to get programmed that it starts to, as children, we start to hold on to things a little bit tighter, and then it becomes our identity, and it becomes a lot more difficult as you get older to let go of these preconceived ideas that we developed along the way. So learning from that baby to kick and scream when you're having that emotional state, you don't have to really kick and scream, but allowing yourself that space to feel into the emotion, to accept that it's here instead of trying to say, nope, this isn't going to happen. Instead of repressing it, you allow it to come out, and then naturally your body is going to go back to homeostasis, to be happy and joyous and free. What I've realized when I am manifesting and I start to get in those buzzy states a couple weeks later, it is purely because of my expectations. I have an expectation about what I'm manifesting, how it's going to look, how I'm going to be so much happier during that time, instead of really focusing in on that present moment. And those big expectations start to lead into day-to-day expectations too, where I start to feel like I need to accomplish X, Y, and Z in order to get my desired result. When we get so narrow-minded on our expectations about how our manifestation is going to come, we close down the possibilities. And manifestation is all about infinite possibilities. But we start to think that the way the universe is going to work is it's going to work in my favor in X, Y, and Z this way. And we actually close down any other option. There's a story about this guy who gets stranded on a boat and he's in the middle of the ocean. His food supply is running out and he starts praying to God to send him a sign. Please, will you save me? He's praying, God, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. So God sends somebody and they start to drive by and they say, hey, can we help you with anything? And the guy's like, no, you know what? Don't worry about it. God's got me. So he keeps praying. He says, God, please, will you help me? Will you save me? And so another boat drives by and they say, hey, man, can we help you? You look like you're stranded. And he goes, you know what? No, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. He keeps praying, my wife, my kids, they need me. God, please, please save me. The guy ends up dying. And he gets up to the pearly gates and he says, God, where were you? You didn't save me. And God said, I gave you so many possibilities, but you were so narrow-minded. You were so narrow-minded. I couldn't save you. And that's exactly what we're doing in our manifestation when we have so many expectations about how things are going to come to fruition. So now, what do we do with these expectations? We know that if we keep giving into this, it's going to push our manifestation that much further away. We also know that we don't want to live like this, having the expectations of how our day is going to go, about what you're going to accomplish, about how things are going to look, right? But what do you do? Because it's almost like it feels like you're in anxiety up to your throat. So how do you change that? And what I have had to find is acceptance. When I am in my meditation, I kind of let go of this manifestation meditation. All right, that's on the back burner. And you learn to kind of trust the process. It's like, all right, I am so miserable right now that I'm willing to do whatever. And when I get in my meditation, I start to really accept. I just do an acceptance meditation where I just sit there and I allow those negative thoughts to be there and I don't attach to them. And I kind of sit in that observer seat and you just accept. If you're feeling crappy, you accept it and say, you're welcome to be here. You're welcome to be here. And it's funny because it's that resistance that is keeping us there. So when we allow and accept that, okay, this negative emotion is here, it actually goes away a lot faster. But if it keeps trying to bubble its little head up and you keep saying, you know what, not now, not now. Well, it's like a pimple. It's going to get stronger and stronger and you're just going to be like, not now, but not now. But eventually it's going to need to come out, right? And so it's the same thing with us. If you just allow yourself to relax and to give in and allow these negative emotions to come up, but not attached to this ego side that says, you know, you're never going to get it where you want to be. You're never going to be good enough. You're never going to be that, you know, inspired version of yourself that you want to be. Don't give into it. Just accept that they're here. It's here. Just like the good positive emotions come and they go, the negative emotions come and they go. And it's all about the experience of life. It is unrealistic to be positive 24/7. You can have highs for some time, but eventually shit's going to hit the fan and you have to allow yourself to feel into it and to relax and then kind of go with the flow. A big thing when I'm in those meditations is to really realize that the expectations I'm putting on myself, my higher power doesn't put on me. My higher power isn't telling me, oh, you need to do X, Y, and Z today, and there's no other day to do it. You have to do everything today. No, that's not the reality of it. God gives us these signs, these synchronicities of things we need to work on and where to go, but He's not expecting us to do it. It's all the perfectionist game of like, I need to do this now. God is so patient and so kind, and your opportunity won't melt away so long as you continue to work. There's this dance in manifestation where, yeah, you have to do that footwork. And then at the same time, you have to let go. And it's a matter of learning that balance and kind of just getting in the flow. Some days you're going to be doing your spiritual work. Some days you're going to be doing the actual footwork. And it's all okay. It's all part of that process. After doing an acceptance meditation like that, I think it's really important to integrate yourself and to really accept where you are that day. And a great question I love to ask myself is like, okay, the thing that I am trying to manifest, would I get so upset about this thing if I was my future self, right? I am coming down from that buzz where I'm really having to practice this acceptance. And I went for a walk with my dog today, and I noticed that like I was starting to get a little bit fearful about finances and everything else. And typically I'm like, oh, okay, try and switch it for a positive thought and just focus on your heart expansion. But today I just allowed myself to kind of have that emotion, kind of sit in the fear for a minute, but be the observer and pay attention to the trees and the way my legs felt as I was walking. And within 5 minutes, those fears were gone. But if I keep trying to push it down, it's only going to come up and you're only going to have to deal with it for that much longer. So it's really important to really feel through that and allow these expectations to be there. You don't have to take action on the expectations. You can just allow it to be there, and it's gonna pass on its own. When you start to practice acceptance, it starts to bring you back into the present moment. And that's where we start to create. It's not in the future, it's not in the past. Where we get to create is in this present moment. And when you get to tap into that energy of acceptance and presence, that's when things start to just automatically work out for you. It's not about trying to figure it out. It's about just being here, being present, and allowing whatever's going to come down the pipes to come down the pipes. What we perceive is going to happen 9 times out of 10 doesn't happen. It always happens so much better. It's just a matter of learning how to trust the universe and staying in today. This is where we get to create from. In this present moment, there is that abundance, the joy, the peace, the happiness that we were talking about earlier. It's within us at all times. It's just a matter of releasing and allowing the ego to run its course and kind of bringing it back. And it's going to be a flow. Some days you're going to really be into the ego, and some days you're going to be able to be closer into that soul. But overall, so long as you continue to grow on the spiritual path, the universe is always going to provide for you. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below what you're going to be letting go of, what you're going to be accepting today. And I will see you guys in one of my next videos. Bye.